let's get into a conversation, a very compelling conversation on climate champions. Ghana's youth turn plastic into action. Now, in the studio with me this morning is Jidedi Senaya, founder of Eco Warriors Upcycling Project. And we'll delve into the critical role that Ghanaian youth are playing in combating climate change through innovative waste management and sustainable entrepreneurship. Welcome to the program, Senaya. How are you?
How about you?
I'm fabulous. Thank you for asking. So what is really this project about? I know that it's for championing climate change action, turning plastic into waste. Our seas are filled with plastic. But you tell us the story. What are you doing?
All right, so the project is to teach young people how to convert our plastic waste into valuable items, such as handbags, aprons, tote bags, and anything valuable you can think of.
Okay.
And this project was inspired by our first workshop at a primary school, where we introduced the youth to climate change, its impact, and the roles they could play in mitigating its effects. So after our first workshop, they came up with interesting things, and some of them used their own creativity to create bags and some of the stuff I mentioned earlier. Yes. So the whole idea was to help them perfect their skills and make saleable items.
So from plastic to purpose, that's the name of this current project you're embarking on. Where are you going? Who are you speaking to? And who is even invited to join you?
All right. So everyone who has an interest in climate change or, say, learning a new skill is invited to participate. The first cohort started last week, 4th November, yes, and it ends just Friday, tomorrow, 15th November. However, we'll be having more cohorts, so people can stay updated on our website, gicoccj.org, and our other social media handles.
And so when you talk about this cohort, you mean that the people who've gone through the skills training on how to turn plastic into useful materials?
Yes.
Okay. And so the next time you're doing this is when? So that those who can or are unable to catch it just tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day, which means today and tomorrow.
Yes.
They can catch you the next time.
All right. So we are looking at January next year. Yes. And we'll put out flyers so they can stay updated.
Is there money involved in this? Do they have to pay for the training?
Okay, so no, they do not have to pay for the training. It's sponsored. The first one we are doing was sponsored by YALI, RLC West Africa. Yes, that's the Young African Leaders Initiative. Yes, and subsequently, our projects will also be sponsored by the GICO Center for Climate Justice.
Okay, is the USAID as part as well? I see them.
Yes, the USAID works with YALI. Yes, to train young African leaders.
Okay. So what is your message to those watching you this morning? Why is it important that what is important that they pick out from this brief conversation we're having this morning?
All right. So I'd like people to know that the climate crisis is real. I've heard many people say that, oh, it's just like something imaginary or something we are overrating. However, it's very real. You can feel that in changes in our weather patterns. Sometimes you expect it to be sunny, it's not. And when farmers are even expecting rain, they don't get it. As such, it affects their yield. So let's all play an active role. You don't have to do anything grand. You can start with practical steps by reducing, reusing, and recycling. Let
me play the devil's advocate, and that's my final bit to you. I've listened to some people who study geography, and they'll tell you that the climate changes every 50 years. So really, what are we on about?
Yes, the climate does change. Climate change is natural. However, in the past decade or over the past century, it has been very intense due to human activity. Yes, so when you research and look at climate data, it will tell you that it's due to human activity. So we are just aggravating the whole thing and making it worse. There's a lot more we can do to improve our current situation.
So it's about mitigating the effects and reducing our own contribution to climate change.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for coming, Jidedi Senaya, Jokoto Center for Climate Justice.
GICO
Center for Climate Justice. Thank you so much, and I wish you the very best.
Thank you for having me.
All right, there's still so much coming your way on the AM show. There's that AM exclusive, and then we also have AM business. Please stay with us.